Welcome to the Nitpicking Nerds Magic Movie Mashup.
Wow, great name.
I like it.
I agree that you guys like the name. I'm your host, Joe Cherry. This is your host.
Beezy is my name.
And this is our special guest host,
Hey, I'm Rude.
Tim Rude, specifically.
So what we're doing here, why we have three people, Magic Movie Mashup, which means take a movie, make it into a commander deck. Why did we choose Ocean's 11 as per this background and the video title? We brought on Tim Rude, who has chosen this movie. Why have you chosen this movie, Tim Rude?
Well, for this movie mashup, I chose Ocean's 11 because it's the best movie ever made. Hands down. Nothing will top it. And there's sequels. One sequel, Ocean's 13. Ocean's 12 doesn't exist.
What about Ocean's 8?
I'd watch it again. But I don't...
So there's two sequels?
No, that's a prequel.
Oh.
8?
Oh,
It's less than 11.
Yeah, but it's still...
I thought it was in the future.
Oh, it is in the future.
But just because 8's less than 11 doesn't mean it's a prequel. It's just the number of people they have, right?
All right.
And George Clooney's dead in that one, so.
Spoilers.
Yeah, whoa, geez. We don't even know that George Clooney's in this one.
George Clooney's in this one, and he's dead.
There will be spoilers of Ocean's 11 in this video.
That's
though.
fair. Full spoilers.
I would go watch the
Spoiler
movie
alert.
before this.
I'll put on one of those like stamp things that says spoiler.
We'll put a link that doesn't work in the description for you to download it illegally. Who's the commander, Joe Cherries?
The commander is Zedru the Great-Hearted. Now,
why is it the commander?
I know.
There's no goats in Ocean's 11.
So, we ended up in Jeskai colors when we started going through and putting cards in this deck. And the best Jeskai commander that fits our theme is the Goat Man because, one, according to Tim Rude, it's the greatest of all time, aka the GOAT.
Yes, this movie is the goat.
Yes.
And you can give away your permanents as incentive to your opponent, and then you profit off it. It's a little bit like you're bribing them a little bit.
So we got a bribery aspect to the deck. So, why don't you read Zedru? Yep, that's its name.
I will read Zedru. It is 1 red, white, blue for a 2/4. Legendary Minotaur Monk. It's a goat. At the beginning of your upkeep, you gain X life and draw X cards, where X is the number of permanents you own that your opponents control. And you can pay red, blue, white. Target opponent gains control of target permanent you control. This is a nice little guy.
Yeah.
He's subtle.
He is usually, what is it called? The deck, when the deck gives stuff away. What is that kind of deck called?
A group hug deck?
Yes, it's usually, he's usually a very group hug commander.
Right. Real quick before we get going, we actually have a Patreon, and you can support us financially on there. All you gotta do is go down to the link in the description, and if you want us to have bigger and better content, do one of these. Go down there and you can find us.
Yeah. We eventually want to do gameplay, and the quickest way to get there is through supporting us on Patreon.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, mystery fourth person, top-down view, gameplay video.
And 3 more mics.
That's not that much. To move on, we need to meet the cast. There's like 14 or 13 people to go through.
Yes. So
11.
We're going to go through the 11, and then we have a couple
two bonuses. All right, so Tim Rude gets to read the honorable first character, who is so good that he has 2 cards.
He does have 2 cards. Well, the first one would be Odric for Danny Ocean. You'd wonder why Odric Lunarch Marshall would go in this deck. Just look at the art. The art, he is George Clooney, and I'm pretty sure they modeled the entire art after George Clooney. So, in addition to Odric Lunarch Marshall, Guafa Hazid, the Profiteer, is the other version
the other Clooney
of George Clooney,
He's
Danny
got
Ocean.
The good side and the bad side, right?
Yeah. He doesn't look quite like George Clooney, but he's got more of a flavor win in what he does.
Putting bribery counters on stuff.
He does bribe a lot of people in the movie.
Like a lot.
Like almost everyone.
All right. Next, his right-hand man, Rusty Ryan. I did not know that was his name. It just sounds like you're describing someone whose name is Ryan.
It also sounds like a sexual act you perform. A Rusty Ryan.
That's Brad Pitt. The card is completely miserable and terrible.
Yeah.
But it kind of looks like Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
A little bit.
It actually does.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that weird?
Yeah, that's why I chose him. Next, we have Master Thief, Pickpocket, Linus Caldwell, played by Matt Damon.
He's basically the greatest thief in the universe.
Or
How would we adapt that into Magic?
Well, let's just make him the greatest thief in the multiverse. Dak Faden. And this card doesn't... I will give him a slight Matt Damon vibe. It's not huge,
slight.
but it's a slight Matt
Flavor
Damon
judge?
vibe.
It's real slight. Yeah, that's real slight.
I said slight.
We're looking at the masterpiece version.
Yeah.
Saul Bloom, the guy who Saul Bloom.
His name is Lyman Zerga.
He's the clever impersonator because he's Lyman Zerga.
He does a great job impersonating an old rich man. Because he's old, but he's not a rich man.
He is a man.
He is a man.
He's also fake Russian, I think.
I think it's more Belarusian.
Fair enough.
I'm a big fan of these next two. Joe, I think it's your turn.
We have Bashir Tar, played by Don Cheadle, who is the Goblin Kaboomist. This man makes the bombs. He blows stuff up. Perfect fit. Goblin Kaboomist.
There's not so much of a look-alike thing going on here
Not
as
a-
there is. It's called Kaboomist.
Yeah, not even a little bit of a lookalike at all.
This one, kinda.
The next
You want to
one.
read this one, Rude?
All right, so we have Yen as the leaping master. And Yen in the movie is the grease man. He is the acrobatic. He's the guy that's going into the safe, and he's going to jump, and he's going to do backflips. And that's why he's the leaping master.
All you gotta do is pay 2 and a white, and it gains flying. Just for the turn, though. Like that's just one backflip's worth.
All right, so
Yeah.
let's talk about a random flavor thing. Here, this is random. Why does he do a backflip to get on that thing? It would be so much easier to jump normally. That backflip could not have been the most
It was
efficient way to
impressive.
get out
It
there.
was impressive.
I think that was the most efficient way to do it, and that's why he did it.
I disagree.
It's the best movie ever made.
Yes, we have Virgil and Turk Malloy. You'll remember them as the twins,
Or nope, they're brothers.
the brothers,
But
and twins are guaranteed to be related. So we couldn't go wrong with dragon-style twins. They're not Asian, but I imagine they'd have double strike and prowess. And they also cameo later in the movie as balloon peddlers.
ooh, we get another 2-for-1. Yeah.
Another 2-for-1 value. All right, Joe. Who's Bernie Mac?
Bernie Mac, a.k.a. Frank Catton, is the information dealer.
Literally a dealer who looks at cards.
Yep, he deals cards. in the
Literally
movie.
looks at the top
That's
cards in
his
the library.
That's his character. To be his character is to be Bernie Mac because he's literally Bernie Mac in the movie.
Yep.
And to be a dealer, and that's what he does.
This guy kind of looks like Bernie Mac.
What?
Not even close. Not even close.
That is the least Bernie Mac I've ever seen.
All right, who's the nerd guy?
That's Livingston Dell.
I did not know his name.
Yeah, he's kind of forgettable. But he is Dovin, the Grand Arbiter. I'm not sure the flavor behind Dovin.
The flavor is like we need a nerdy, awkward guy. Dovin's pretty nerdy and
Is he awkward?
And he makes little doctors. He's super awkward. In that hallway scene when he's walking around, he's like
Well, I know Livingston Dell's awkward. I
Yeah.
don't know the flavor behind.
Dovin's just a little
Dovin
twerp.
Bond.
I mean, he just sits in his room making doctors all day. That's good enough for me.
He comes off as a twerp. So.
Yeah. I mean, in Magic Arena, he has like the jerkiest little like lines.
10. 10 ought to do it, don't you think? You think we need one more? You think we need one more? All right, we'll get one more.
The final of Ocean's 11. Is it on you?
I
think it's
really
on you
like
now.
describing, like, the term Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds ridiculous.
Yes,
And
I
like,
didn't know. I didn't know it was a movie about heists or 11 people. I thought it was a boat movie, like they were in a submarine or something. Because I never saw it.
We have Ruben Tishkov, who is the guy who funds everything,
Right,
and he's just an old guy. He's
Elder Cathar.
he's Elder Cathar, and that's the only.
This guy helps humans. The guy in the movie helped humans.
Yes,
I
fair.
feel
He
like
doesn't
there's-
die.
I feel like there's a better guy.
Well, then you should have found him
There's
before.
probably
couldn't
a-
find him.
Our R&D,
That's what I thought.
R&D development team.
I need to see in the comments
This is the one where we're like,
the money man behind Ocean's 11, the money man in Magic
yeah,
War.
do it for us.
I need it.
We also have Tess. I know you probably forgot she was in the movie. Tess Ocean, played by
much better
Julia
than that.
Roberts. Her one character trait is that she is defiant towards George Clooney in the beginning. So we just put Chandra, Torch of Defiance, because Chandra's one trait is that she's defiant and that she's a girl.
Yeah, that's
Not to
yeah.
hate on Chandra too bad. All
did-
right, I strategically made it so that you're gonna have to explain this one.
Okay,
This
we
is
have
the most ridiculous
Terry
one.
Benedict, played by famous actor Andy Garcia, as Kanda, Lord of Ijana.
Why don't you just read this one?
Multiple things about this. One, he is vigilant.
Yeah, always available. to
He's
watch.
vigilant. He's always watching.
Yes.
And he also
Indestructible.
is a very rich character in Kamigawa.
Yes.
So he has the monies to steal. So this is the guy they're stealing from.
He's indestructible. You're never going to get past him.
And we're not going to... And he looks like he knows karate, so he probably has Bushido 5.
At least 5.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
I would believe Andy Garcia knows karate.
He does.
Well, there you go.
See?
There you go. All right. So we got, the characters. But do you know the plot of the movie? Because we jam-packed this deck full of plot points and little trinkets. It's mono flavor.
Oh, this is so much flavor.
It's juicy.
You can't even,
Who wants to even tackle this one?
Like, sometimes I think it's too much flavor.
All right, so get us started with the plot, Joe. We'll go through, run down some of our card choices.
All right.
Yeah.
Danny Ocean's prison term is up. He gets his soul ring back and is off to begin his adventure to obtain stolen goods and have a cathartic reunion with his now ex-wife, Chandra.
All right, so from that, we wanted something that, because he's going to jail. Prison term is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Literally serves a prison term. Soul ring, his wife's ring, like S-O-U-L, and ring R-I-N-G.
Yep. This movie's a heist movie. How his stolen goods.
Oh, stolen goods is made to be in this deck.
And he's looking to reunite with his wife in some sort of cathartic way.
Chandra's even in the art for cathartic.
Yeah,
and
she
we can
is.
just replace Pia with George
Wow.
Clooney.
Flavor in flavor?
Yeah, it's like
Flavorception.
Flavorception. All right, tackle the next couple.
Danny then starts gathering his group of master thieves, escape artists, and vault breakers. The group gathers to start their strategic planning.
Strategic planning. Draws you some cards. It's perfect. Vault breaker loots you. Master thief. It's pretty good.
Master Thief? It's named Master
It
Thief.
steals artifacts. That's not even that bad.
Oh, that's huge in EDH.
Yeah, that's huge. Everyone's got artifacts out. Escape artists? Yeah. And that card is good, right?
No.
This deck's power level is pretty low.
I
Yeah.
feel like this deck's pretty good.
There's a lot of flavor. There's a lot of good
there's some
flavor.
things you can do. We're going to talk about what this deck can do after the plot. They begin brainstorming ways to get into the casino's perilous vault. It will take a brilliant plan for this team of daring thieves to pull it off. Any comments on those couple?
Yeah.
Brainstorm's really good.
Daring Thief is a card. I forgot to
Daring
put
Thief has inspired. That's perilous vault. Board wipe though. We got a board wipe into this deck.
it. Yeah. We did manage to put a board wipe in.
All right, keep going.
They start by doing some reconnaissance of the casino. It is filled with people who gamble and make dangerous wagers.
He said that like a child. That's great. Gamble's an actual reasonable card. I don't know if you ever want to cast Dangerous Wager. Reconnaissance means your attackers don't die. There's like 2 good attackers in this deck, but they will not die when you do Reconnaissance.
Dangerous wager you will only cast, what I was trying to say, when you have an empty hand, most likely.
Yes, but then it's fine.
Same with Gamble.
Yeah, you just cast it when you have an empty hand.
So you will cast in 2.
Oh, man. All right.
After the final mission briefing, the group is ready to pull off this blatant thievery. The casino also has cameras everywhere. They are always watching.
There you go. You're having a lot of fun over there.
I didn't realize how funny this would be to read until you're saying
it's
There'd
kind
be
of like a
Snickers
children's
in the
book.
background.
It's like a children's book.
It's literally... it is
Wait
like...
theory, though. Powerhouse. We're getting some good ones in here.
Always watching is the card that gives everything vigilance.
Yeah.
What's that going to do?
Yeah, +1/+1.
It gives all your creatures vigilance. So that
Oh, your
daring-
creatures. Oh, I'm thinking the tokens one. What's that? Intangible virtue?
Yeah, that's intangible virtue. We don't
All right.
we don't need that one.
All right. That's for Gladiator movie mashup.
Yes, it is. They finally begin the plan with the dragon-style twins posing as balloon peddlers to block a camera. This creates an opportunity for Dovin Bond to sneak in and sinisterly sabotage the security of the casino with his spy kit. Great scene. I love that scene.
It's a good one.
He's sweaty.
He's like
super sweaty.
and you got the classic like, hey, hold up, you.
The squeakies in the hallway. I like it.
Hold up, you. Carry on. You forgot this.
Or the part where he turns right because it's wiped off his hand, so he goes the wrong way.
I mean,
And
even the fact that he
doubles back.
has it written on his hand is hilarious.
Yeah, it's a good scene. On fight night, the night the vault has the most money in it, Goblin Kaboomist sets off an engineered explosive. This is the boom or bust moment, quite literally.
Favorite card in the deck. I don't know if it's gourmet bagel levels, but boom or bust. There's a bust. There's booms. It could be a boom or a bust. And this
Also,
might be the best card in the deck.
and the bomb is going off. Boom. And it literally has a moment where it's like, oh, it might not work.
Yeah.
Boom or
This
bust.
is just like the whole movie is
The whole
boom or
movie
bust.
is boom or bust.
Yeah, exactly.
We would review it as boom. It's not a bust.
It's not a bust.
It's a huge boom.
Huge.
10 out of 10.
Huge boom.
Luckily, we get a boom, and this knocks the power out right as the Dream Fighters begin to fight. This causes a fleeting distraction. Clever impersonator gets his fake, coveted jewels put into the vault.
The jewels, I didn't know they were bombs the first time I watched it.
You don't know anything the first time you got to watch the movie like 5 times to really get it.
I believe you. There's a couple things.
There's a lot of things if you rewatch the movie, you'd be like,
I did recognize the jewel thing the first time because he's working. You see John Cheadle working on them.
I thought I didn't know what that was though. I was like, okay.
Well, I mean, I only
I
assumed
kinda-
it was kind of like he's the bomb guy. He's got to be doing bombs. What else would he be doing?
he's the bomb guy.
That's all he is. John Cheadle is bomb. Did you know? Random fact: John Cheadle not credited for his role in this movie.
Really?
100%. When on IMDb was looking for him because I was trying to figure out what his character's name was. You had to go all the way down to the uncredited section.
Unacceptable.
That's
He's-
ridiculous.
He's
He had a
like,
British accent too.
yeah, it's real weird.
Or is he
Like,
British?
He's
He's in the other movies.
yeah, and he's just a legitimate part of this movie. Like he's one of the 11.
That's so weird.
Yeah, it's weird that he is uncredited.
All right. Clever impersonator fakes a heart attack in the security room. Danny uses bribery to trick the guard duty. Dak Faden and information dealer get the vault codes from Conda. That's quite the sentence.
Yeah.
Magic lore dream team.
Information dealer and Dak Faden working together.
Getting codes from Conda.
Oh my goodness.
Not even too much going on there, other than bribery is a sweet include.
Yeah, there's a lot of bribery in this movie. Bribery is also one of the best characters in the deck. Danny meets up with Dak and has to get past the defense grid. Leaping Master uses acrobatic maneuvers to get into the perilous vault.
Acrobatic maneuvers just protects your team.
It's true.
The team you don't like.
And also implies this man is doing backflips. Because
Oh
he is.
yeah, I think it does. I think it does. Moving on.
Once in, he sets up the coveted jewels, which are actually ratchet bombs. Danny and Dak detonate the bomb. The Vandal Blast opens the vaults.
We got a lot here.
Vandal Blast, EDH staple. They're vandals and they're blasting.
Yep.
I'll give it 2 thumbs up. Open the vaults.
Open
Card's terrible for you.
They're
But
literally.
everyone else is gonna love it.
We're opening the vaults. They're getting into the vault. We have ratchet bomb. There's little tiny bombs. They're ratchet. I would describe them as ratchet.
Yeah, those are ratchet bombs. Destroy all the tokens. All right. The money is loaded into a cultivator's caravan. Conda sends his errant minions to follow them, but little does he know they pulled a switcheroo. Switcheroo draws cards when you got your commander up.
Yeah. And you get to get a good permanent out of it usually.
All right, Stan, we'll let you finish this one.
Bring it home.
After a narrow escape, the group of daring thieves gets away and live happily ever after. The end.
Do you agree with that ending? Because I don't know. Joe wrote that one.
I kind of okay. I
What
left
did we
out.
say about Clooney earlier? He's dead.
I still don't think he's dead. I think Ocean's 9 is going to come out and they're going to bring him back.
I left out the part where George Clooney gets arrested because I didn't feel it's so useless to the plot. It's just an afterthought. It's
He
like
does randomly get arrested.
He gets arrested for breaking
Well,
parole.
right. It makes
Well, yeah,
sense.
it ma-
It
What
I
do you
was
mean
like-
random?
I mean, it's just not. It's okay. So it doesn't. It's like, all right, they did it. Everything's done. I'm going to jail, but I'm out of jail now, and
Well,
there's
they
not
just
even
go
anything.
3 to 6 months later.
Right, that was just a little weird.
It's just like a joke.
Like,
It's
what
also
if
a joke.
What if he went to 10 years and then it was like 10 years later? It'd be the same thing.
Well, then you'd be
All right.
dead.
That's the flavor. What does the deck actually do? The answer is not much. This is like a 3 out of 10 power level.
Oh, is it 3 out of 10?
2 out of 10?
I think a 2 is a more
It
appropriate
can draw
number.
cards pretty well.
That's about it. But the thing is, what's the point in drawing 100 cards if all 100 of your cards don't do anything?
If they're all balloon peddlers.
Yeah, exactly.
Give away cards for political purposes. Make deals. You don't really care about your permanents because they all suck. Give away balloon peddler. Whatever.
But this is a second place deck. No one's killing you. You're not going to be the threat of the table.
Yeah. If you were to build this deck,
I'm going to build this deck. This is going to be a deck that I build and I play. I love being the Kingmaker, even though it upsets other people. And this deck just does that. Anything that gives permanents out or takes permanents away, it's going to be great.
it's controversial, but it's probably really fun.
No,
I
It's
can't
definitely
imagine-
controversial.
I can't imagine it not being fun.
It's going to be fun.
Also, to be fair, you could make this a little more powerful. We avoided strength,
Yes.
and we went for flavor. There are some cards that are a little less
Yeah,
flavorful.
what's the overlap on power, though? Like,
The two powerful cards, we got Bribery, Blatant Thievery, Clever Impersonator, all very strong cards.
they're actually good.
Yeah,
And
they're
if
like,
you mission briefing a blatant thievery, maybe you'll actually win. Because that's not your stuff.
oh yeah, Mission Briefing's also a very good card.
So you're saying that there's probably like maybe 10 or 11 good cards in this deck, and winning with this deck would be a very tough feat?
Yeah. Almost impossible to pull this one off.
Wow.
I never even thought about that.
Yeah, it's even more flavorful
It
now.
would feel like you stole from the people you beat.
Wow.
If you win
Yeah, it
this
would feel like you stole a victory. Yes.
All right. If you enjoyed that stuff,
Whatever that was.
yeah, well, very experimental. You want to see more like it? Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, ding the bell if you want, leave a comment telling us you like it. What movie should we do next? Because maybe we can do kind of a chain of requests here. I think.
Yeah, give us some big movies. Give us like, what do you want us to do? What do you think is a cool movie that we could build like the sweet deck? I know, like one card. This is just a card that people mention a lot, like being related to a movie. Is the Gauntlet being related to Infinity Wars? Like that's a card that just goes to a deck. Like it's just give us a movie, make a couple suggestions even if you want. Tell us some cards you would put in it. Hey, and we'll see what we can do.
Hey, Timur, did you know that we have a Patreon?
What?
Yeah, you can actually go to patreon.com/nitpickingnerds and support us financially so we can make better content for you.
Yes, we want to do it. We do it for you. Special thanks to our 3 patrons.
Yeah, 3.
I don't. Dustin St. Wright, Joseph Van Buchu, and Tyler Bunn, who has the coolest name.
No, they all have equally cool names.
They all have equally cool names, but Tyler Bunn, you know who you are.
All right. This is, I would say, a massive success. Thank you, Tim Rude, for being on.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
It was a pleasure. Any closing thoughts?
Closing thoughts. Bye.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll see you later.
We're running out of closing thoughts.